Because that's what I'm so curious about is 7-Eleven food.
Dude, 7-Eleven was like a dream. The best place for food, for drinks, for alcohol, for Band-Aids.
Dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities some consider to be unnatural.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Sith Talk. Today we have back on the show Jeremy from the Bloore on Mandalore YouTube channel. How you doing, Jeremy?
Dude, I'm much better now. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. So tell us a little bit about your channel and where we can find you at.
Okay, so my channel is a Star Wars show. So I do a bunch of different stuff. Like I'll do a podcast every week, every Saturday, an episode. I do a lot of TVC collection stuff, which is the vintage collection, as you know. Basically do unboxings, reviews, bunch of different stuff there. And then I plan on doing smaller videos. I've got a small video coming out actually tomorrow, which I don't know what time that's going to be for you, but tomorrow for me.
Yeah.
It's going to be a new segment that I call Bite-Sized Bloore, where I just do
Ooh.
small clips of just like little informational pieces where I'll do like background history of random stuff.
Nice. That's awesome. So for
Yeah.
you guys watching, go check out his channel. The link will be down in the description. Bro, I get so jealous when I watch your videos when you're just out in this beautiful wilderness and you're just casually talking as the sun is setting
Yeah,
and
man.
there's like the creek in the background and the birds chirping. One question I had, and I it came to my mind yesterday or the other day when I was watching your last video because you were like super out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Do you do you ever like are you ever out there recording? Because you're just there, your camera set up, you're talking to yourself. Are you ever like recording, talking to yourself, and like a family is hiking or somebody walks by as you're recording?
All the time. All the time.
Really?
Yeah, dude, like and the thing is I'm very big on just authenticity when it comes to the videos. You know, I won't cut many things. If I cut
Uh-huh.
it, it's because it's a genuine disruption in the content. So,
Yeah.
like a lot of the time, if you actually listen to the background, you'll hear "Oh, what's that guy doing?" Or like any random little thing. I've got so many people who just come by and they're just like, "Oh, that's so cute. What are you doing, darling?" And I'm just like, "Oh, well, you know, filming a Star Wars thing." They're like, "Why are you in the middle of nowhere filming a Star Wars thing?" I'm like,
Yeah.
"I don't know, dude. I just like it here, you know?"
Wow. What's the
Yeah.
most like awkward one? Have you had any that were like really like weird and awkward?
I got this old guy. Basically, it was so I did a video when I was at the Sydney skyline. Okay. It's the one where I there was like a big railing at the bottom and you could just see it was honestly it's a Balls Head Reserve. It's the most beautiful spot in Sydney. It's basically a bloody 180 of Sydney skyline from Harbour Bridge, Opera House, everything. And I was there, and
Mhm.
all these old people do their hikes around there, and they just like walk around and go in it. And this guy got so angry that I had a camera up, like so angry. I don't know what it was, but it like, and I was to the side. You know, I come from
Yeah.
a gym culture of like you can't be filming anything in the gym, or otherwise people are going to banish you to the shadow realm. So it's like I was chilling there with my phone, and next thing I'm to the side, I'm kind of nice, and he's like, "Young man, can you stop recording your conversation here?" And I was like, "Oh, you know, I'm just." I was like, "Don't worry, I'm just doing something small. I'm to the side. You can come in. You can do anything you want, right?" I was like,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna keep talking." He's like, "Are you with the news?" And I was like, "No, I'm not with the news. I'm actually I just do like a Star Wars YouTube." And he's like, "Are you a child?" I was like, "All right,
Oh.
mate. I don't know." I was like, "Mate, I don't know what to say to you. Like, I'm just."
Yeah.
I was like, "Look, I'll turn it off. I'll let you go do your thing, and then I'll come back." So, I've been
Wow.
interrupted in better ways by dogs. A lot of the time, it's dogs off leash in the national park, and
Yeah.
they'll just run up onto the camera. And I love dogs, so it just like comes and chills with me.
Oh,
So it's cool.
you know what you should do? Like you should compile like a bloopers reel of all the times you had to stop, like with the dogs
Yeah,
running on.
Yeah,
That'd be
yeah,
a really
yeah.
funny video to watch, like behind the scenes bloopers of every time you had to like cut stuff out.
That's a good
Because yeah,
idea, dude.
I've never seen like a dog run on the screen. Like you must cut that out every time. So like if you have that footage, bro, make that a video. That'd be awesome to watch.
Yeah, I'll definitely do it, dude. The amount of times, honestly, the amount of times that I'm just like, I mean, to be fair, I'm in a national park on like a pretty popular
Yeah.
walkway, so like I get it, but I should do that. I'll put a video out next time.
Yeah. See, I kind of want to do that. Like I wanted to do one of my Theory Saber unboxing, like in a setting like that, maybe by the beach. But I'm always like, man, there's gonna be so many people, and they're gonna be looking at me and saying weird stuff. But eventually I want to do like a Jeremy Bloore style outdoors video with the mic in the woods. I'm gonna do it one day, I
Hell
promise.
yeah, man. I had a dream when I first wanted to do like a podcasty type thing, and it's kind of
Uh-huh.
becoming more of a reality now. I mean, obviously I'm in the old set, but I wanted to just do a new location every time. I've got this little pop out chair, and the
Uh-huh.
whole thing, like, I want it to just be live out there and eventually transition into potentially doing a show where it's fully live. I'm not talking about, you do awesome shows where it's like, oh, I'm live streaming with these different people and we're talking about all this stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I want to be out in public. I want to be in the middle. I plan an
Oh.
episode coming out. I'm going to do it at the Opera House. I'm
Uh-huh.
going to be sitting out there with a chair and a table and just be like something controversial about Star Wars or whatever, and I'm just gonna be like, "Come up and have a chat with me." That's hopefully where I can kinda get that
Oh.
going.
But you want that to stream live, or you gonna just record it and then post it?
I'm gonna record it live and stream it live at the same time. So I'll do like a big
Ooh.
stream of the whole thing, and then I'll cut that up and make a video.
Now, how are you gonna have that streaming? Like, you're gonna have to have, like, a portable Wi-Fi or, like, what
Yeah.
how?
I've got a whole bunch of stuff that I've got set up. I've got probably the world's biggest portable charger. It's
Uh-huh.
basically like a mini generator at this point.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and that shit just carries me through everything. That's when I go out to different places. If I need lighting, I can plug all of that into there. I can do a
Yeah.
bunch of stuff. I've got portable Wi-Fi, everything like that. So I can be pretty portable.
Ooh, how does that portable Wi-Fi work? Because I was thinking about getting one for the thing we're about to talk about when we go to this special place, but, like,
Yeah.
how does your portable Wi is it good? Like, reception and stuff?
Look, I wanna say it's good, but in Australia, the, internet's just shit, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Damn.
It is actually terrible. I mean, so many other places. I think right now, max that I get with a lot of my stuff is probably about 40 to 50 megabytes per second,
Mhm.
of download, and upload is like 20, which is,
Mm.
yeah, I mean, like, world standard just shit, especially for the place that invented the internet. You know what I mean? Like, Australia
Australia
invented.
invented the internet?
Yeah, abso-fucking-lutely. We invented the internet, and we can't fucking do anything about it.
That's crazy, and I know you're not lying because I when every time I record with Hannah, there's always, like, this delay, and, like, I could tell the reception over there is trash, so that
Yeah,
sucks, man. That's
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, like, you can get good portable internet boxes, but, I mean, anything in Australia is not gonna be really any good. So anything you've got over there, trust me, it'll be fine.
Man, so one of the main reasons I wanted to bring you back on, not just to have fun and talk with you because it's always a fun time, but you were just in Japan for how many days?
I was, probably just over 2 weeks. Yeah, so about 15,
Wow.
16 days.
So that was your first time in Japan, right?
Yeah, dude. First time in Japan, and it was, like, the most amazing country. Yeah. It
So
was, incredible.
tell me about your overall experience in those 15, 16 days. And then I got like a million questions I'm gonna ask you, bro, because we're trying to prepare for Celebration
100%.
Japan. But overall, what was your experience like?
It was the most welcoming environment that I've ever been into, and the thing is, I mean, I don't know, anything about America because I've never been there, but
Mhm.
especially from Australia, and I've been all throughout Asia, I've seen a lot of really cool cultures, but nothing like Japan. It's a true honor to actually have the culture that they have, and they really treat it with such high regard, so much respect. And it's just so refreshing.
Mhm.
Every time we'd go and we'd talk to people, no one would really care. I mean, I look like a bloody idiot every time I go any place. I'm wearing a bandana. I'm like wearing Star Wars shirts everywhere. They're just like, who the fuck is this guy? But you know, everyone's so respectful. I did so many amazing experiences. I went Tokyo to Osaka, Kyoto, and then to a
Mm.
small rural town called Magame.
Uh-huh.
So Magame is basically it was an old samurai town. It was an old postal town, and it's on what you call the Nakasendo Trail, which is where I
Uh-huh.
filmed one of the videos. I did the intro there, but it was, everywhere I went, it was vastly different, but the same hospitality. It was just the kindest, most compassionate. I did tea ceremonies where they were just like, I'm going to give you literally, she had a speech for me. And she was just like, this may be just a regular experience for me, but this is the first time that you guys are ever going to see something like this. And the only time that you'll experience it with me. So
Yeah.
I'm going to make sure that I do this at 100%. I make sure that I give you the best experience that I can possibly give you. And I mean, I know that was just for that one little tea ceremony that I did, but
Mhm.
you could translate that to every single thing everywhere that I went in Japan, even restaurants. Like if all of the coffee that I had there could be ranked in the world, it would just like everything would be the fucking best. Yeah, man.
Damn, that sounds so dope. So you said you spent the first part of your trip in Tokyo. So how many days were you in Tokyo, and what'd you do in Tokyo specific?
So, I mean, overall, I spent probably about 5, 6 days in Tokyo because
Mhm.
I did about 3 and then 3 at the end.
Yeah.
Um, in Tokyo, a lot of that was kind of just walking around with your head just like way above your body going, what is this experience? When you first go
Yeah.
there, it's like, I mean, nothing that I've ever seen in Australia. It was a lot of just I need to soak in as much as possible,
Yeah.
and everything's available. Absolutely everything's available everywhere you go. It's so hard to describe until you get there,
Mhm.
but it was honestly one of the most eye-opening experiences of I thought I lived in a city. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
then that's a city. So in Tokyo, a lot of the time we were kind of just like walking around. We're experiencing a lot of, what Japan has. It's a lot of shopping, a lot of
Mhm.
shopping there. First of all, I wanted to go check out a bunch of toy stores. I wanted to check out a bunch of anime stores. And it's massive. Like we went to Shibuya Crossing. Do you know Shibuya
Yes.
Crossing?
Oh my
Yeah, man.
of course it's on the list, bro. Of course.
Dude, you know
Yes.
what's so funny as well? Every time I was like, "Oh, I wanna go to the places that Japanese people go. I don't wanna go to, like, the touristy,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go around and be that tourist. I wanna be that guy." Brother, every Japanese person goes to Starbucks. Like, it's so Americanized over there. Like, they love Americana.
Uh-huh.
Starbucks, you'll see absolutely everywhere. I will recommend if anyone is going to Shibuya Crossing, go to the Starbucks. Okay. When you go to the Starbucks, you have a perfect view where you can just put your phone up on the glass and you can
Mm,
get the coolest time lapse of all of Shibuya Crossing. So, and
nice.
there is like a bunch of anime stores. My brother's a massive One Piece fan, and we went to the One Piece Mugiwara store. There's like all of these other, dude, the coolest vintage stores, like everywhere. So a lot of that Tokyo time was spent there, just kind of shopping.
Ni Nice. So then from there, did you take a bullet train to Osaka?
Yeah, man, and that shit was an experience, dude. That was like,
Yeah.
oh man, I mean, I've heard so much about it, being like, oh, it's a bullet train. Of course, it's going to go fast. Like,
Yeah.
what do you expect, dude? When you get on, you're like, no. no way I'm going this fast. Like, they obviously, when it rains, they stop the bullet trains, and I actually understand why. It was so fast. We got to Osaka in about an hour and a half.
Yeah.
About an hour and a half, which on regular trains, which were still fast, would have taken like 5-6 hours.
Yeah.
It was, I mean, just an example, when we were going from Osaka to Kyoto, we
Mhm.
went on the regular train because the bullet trains are very expensive over there. So, I mean, unless you budget for it, it's just like if you can afford to have like a couple more hours, you save hundreds of dollars, literally hundreds.
Yeah.
So we went on a smaller train, dude, an hour and a half on this train that took 8 minutes on the bullet train.
What? Bro,
8 minutes
that's
on the bullet train.
crazy.
Dude, I timed it on my phone. My girlfriend and I were sitting there looking like, they were like, "Oh, we're about to get off at Kyoto." And we're like, "No." Like, it's been no time at all. Like, we just
Yeah.
sat down with our bento boxes, which is just like little boxes of food that you can get for the trains. They're like
Yeah.
little portable lunch boxes. And we just sat down there and they're like, "Oh yeah, we're about to get off." Dude,
Bro, that's wild. 8 minutes?
8 minutes for what a regular train, which went quickly, went in an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And if you were driving, would have taken about 2 hours.
That's crazy. So then once you got to Osaka, how was Osaka and what'd you do there?
Osaka was probably one of my favorite spots, and it was actually the best spot that I found for Star Wars, actually.
Ooh, better
Yeah,
than
yeah, yeah.
Tokyo for Star Wars stuff?
So Tokyo, Star Wars, a lot of it was Uniqlo. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, a lot of
You
it
got
was
the
like kind
shirt
of the
there.
w's that, sorry?
You got the shirt there, right? The
Yeah, I got
Uniqlo
a
shirt.
bunch of
Yeah.
shirts there, dude. It was just like, it was so cool. Like, you get a bunch of really, really good quality clothes from there. But
Yeah.
I mean, and you can see little knick-knack stuff, but nothing like the vintage sales in Osaka. Dude,
Okay.
so there was a place called America Mura, right? It's a
Mhm.
whole bunch of vintage stores all in this big area, and every single one of them, all the clothes, all the toys, everything like that, it's like it's brand new. They have
Mm.
this really cool culture in Japan where they're just like, it's you take care of absolutely everything that you have. So anything you find there is going to be honestly the same as what you would get off the shelf at like a pretty regular store. So it's,
Yeah.
it's not the best condition, but it's that. Or you're going to find something that is better. Like, they've actually maintained it better than what it was. So when
Yeah.
we're in Osaka, I was obsessed with finding TVC collectibles. Like, I searched on Reddit for hours being like, where do I go? Where's the best kind of stores? And I found this place called BB Amanura, right? It's you can
Mhm.
find them on Instagram. It's b.b.amanura. Basically, they had like this tiny walkway store. You had to leave your bags at the front. It was that small. It was literally
Damn.
covered from like floor to ceiling all around you in vintage things that you could buy. And there was this massive Star Wars section, right? There was a half scale Darth Vader bust, which was just like, which was waist up, all of these
Yeah.
and all of these amazing TVC stuff. I actually picked up a Boba Fett 300th edition collectible,
I
which
saw
I have,
that.
dude. It is so cool. So I definitely recommend the vintage stores there. Now,
Mhm.
Star Wars isn't really the biggest in Japan. I mean, I can imagine at Celebration, there's going to be everywhere. I kind of
Yeah.
mentioned this in my video there. I was really searching for a long time to try to find it. Anything
Yeah.
new, really. So anything that you're going to find in Japan, if it's like collectibles or anything like that, it's going to be vintage, which is
Nice.
cool in its own way. Like, I've found stuff that I would never find in Australia.
Yeah.
Like, absolutely never find. Like the Nexu, that one that ripped Padme's like her
Yeah.
top off.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
I found one of those in the wild. Like, old school, early 2000s figure that you could
Yeah.
press and it still worked. Like the battery still worked inside of it.
Yeah.
Like that level of quality.
Yeah. That's crazy. So, besides that in Osaka, what else did you see and experience there?
So a lot of it was like Zen gardens, tea ceremonies. It was,
Mm.
dude, if you don't have time to do like a major activity, catch the train out like 2 stops from the center of Osaka, or even catch the bus. Dude, you will go to the most peaceful, serene place that I have ever been in my life. And I mean, I'm
Mm.
chilling in national parks all the time, and this
Yeah,
place
yeah.
was just a next level. We went into this building that was 350 years old.
Damn.
Dude, it looked like it was built yesterday. They had this Zen garden there that everyone, like meticulously, every single day, people would drag the rake through the stones to make sure it had those perfect lines. All the koi
Mhm.
fish were just ginormous. Like they were actually ginormous. They were the coolest ever. And it was ponds filled with stuff that, I mean, I don't know if you've seen a show like Shogun. It
I
was
just
like,
started it the other day.
dude, it's like you're traveling back into that time.
Bro,
Seriously.
that's fire because that show, that little bit that I watched reminded me of the game Ghost of Tsushima, and I
Yep.
love that game, bro. So if I get to see
Yeah.
live action Ghost of Tsushima, bro, I need a sword, baby. I need a sword out there.
Oh, dude, I tell you what, when you go into the cities, you're going to be like, This is actually incredible." It is very similar. I met a lot of people from New York over there.
Mm.
So, because a lot of people from America were traveling there at the time, and Australia. I mean, fucking half of Australia is over there right now. I swear. Everywhere you go, you hear, this, "Oh no! Oh, how you doing? Oh, can I get one of these?" You know what I mean? It's like, shut up, bro. So, or you're getting, "Oh, konnichiwa," you know what I mean? It's like, oh.
Yeah, yeah.
And we talked to these guys from New York, and they were just like, "Dude, Japan is just New York, but clean."
Yeah.
Like, apparently, it's just the city is just incredible like that. But then you go out of the city, you're transported back in time. When I was in Magame, right? I'm gonna post some. I'm gonna post some photos on my Instagram. But when I was in Magame, I took all of these film photos. Which that's another thing that I want to tell you about, which is
Mhm.
like huge over there. But I took all of these film photos, and it actually felt like I was back in like 1338. It was
Damn.
like everything is meticulously updated and maintained to the level of what it was while still maintaining like its modern integrity. So they have new shops in old buildings, but it all looks like it's so old. There's a Starbucks in Kyoto on like one of the oldest streets in the world that I thought was a house. I thought
Damn.
it was a house. You go past, you would not be surprised if you saw samurai walking outside of it. And the only reason why I knew it was a Starbucks is because it had this tiny, tiny little sign that had the Starbucks logo on it. Tiny.
Yeah.
It was so cool. But one thing that I'd say, like, I mean, traveling anywhere in Japan, it's going to be so different depending on the prefecture that you're in.
Mhm.
So you're going to be traveling all around, and you'll see a bunch of different things. Whether you're in the north and you're seeing like kind of like snow area with onsens and monkeys and all that kind of stuff, or you're going south and you're seeing a lot of the like beautiful gates and there's a Fushimi Inari shrine, which is that classic red gate one that goes all the way up the hill that you see people walking
Yeah.
through. That one is like some of the most beautiful things that I've ever seen in my life, and it's all hundreds of years old. Dude, we went there at nighttime in the middle of a typhoon. We actually, seriously, we were like, oh, we were pretty stretched for time. We had a free day, but we were like, I'm not going to go travel out here partway through the
Yeah.
day. Dude, we went there and at probably like 9 or 10 at night,
Mhm.
and everything started going like, do-do-doom, do-do-doom, like all, and we're like, like lightning and thunder everywhere we go. Like, oh, I don't know if this is a good idea. And there was an old man there, an old Japanese man, and he goes, I run this about 10 minutes, right? He goes, it takes 10 minutes for me to run from the bottom all the way up to the top. You guys will be fine. He goes, half an hour round trip. You'll be all good. Man, I don't know what the hell he was on, but it did not take 10 minutes and it did not take half an hour. We were like, oh, okay, we're good. My girl was in a long skirt, dying of the humidity, dying. Like, actually, it
Ooh.
was probably like 70 to 80% humidity. Just so hot. It was so hard on her. I felt so bad. But you could literally walk all the way up this whole thing, get all the way up to the top, and see nothing but these massive, beautiful red gates in the middle of the night. But you're surrounded by
Ooh.
monkeys, you're surrounded by boars, and then you're surrounded by all of these other random Japanese men that are running up and down everywhere. And then it just starts pissing down rain. Like, actually pissing down rain. When I say typhoon season is mental over there, typhoon, like, I've never been in such heavy rain in my life. And this shit,
Damn.
we were at the top of this mountain and it just goes, like, we were standing there with these $7 umbrellas that we got from 7-Eleven. And it was just like, and we were there holding it like, oh God, like, what's going on here? And then you see all these statues of like foxes and dogs, and they're just staring at you, and it looks like they're moving with you. Dude,
Wow.
like, and I obviously they do it on purpose, but they've got this light that only shines directly on the side of some of them, so it literally looks like it's following you the whole way that you go.
Oh,
Dude,
yeah.
so when we're caught in like the middle of a storm and these statue dogs look like they're staring us down, man, I've never been more scared in my life. Like that, I've never felt like I was going to get haunted more than when I was there.
Yeah.
It was wild, dude.
Dude, that's nuts, man. And that was in Osaka?
That was in Kyoto.
Oh, Kyoto, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, crazy,
Yeah, man.
man.
Yeah.
That sounds like such a crazy, amazing experience. Oh, man. So, I got a bunch of questions
Shoot.
that I wanna start trickling in. So, the first thing, and I don't think it's a big thing for you, because 'cause you're in a weird part of the world, time difference. It's not a big time difference, right, for you to
It's an
Japan?
hour. It's an
Oh,
hour for me.
you
Dude, it's an
bastard.
hour. Yeah, I know. It's like
So when
13
I
for you.
go 13 hours, bro. So that's what I was gonna ask you if that messed if that was an effect, but clearly it wasn't because an hour is nothing.
Brother, I
So,
woke up
well,
and I felt more rested. You know what I mean?
okay. So you really can't help me with that because
I can
because
because I talk to a lot of the American people.
oh
So,
yeah, the New Yorkers.
yeah, the New York. So that was probably the best accent you've ever heard. You probably thought I was from there, but no, like when I was talking to them, right? They were like, "Dude, we had probably about 2 days of just delirious walking." So
Mm,
what I would recommend is from all of the people that I talk to, if you're an American, take your time. Take your
yeah.
time, ease in. There are so many things that you can do. So many things in Tokyo that you can kind of switch your brain off and you can just do. If you're going to plan your trip there, try to just work it so that you have at least 1 or 2 days of
Yep.
just rest and recovery. Dude, you can go to hotels that have onsens. You can experience Japan and experience Japanese culture whilst kind of within the remains of Tokyo, which you wouldn't expect. You can also
Mhm.
go to heaps of like markets and food stalls and like a bunch. Dude, we went to ramen bars and everything like that. We had the best ramen in our lives. And it was those days like that when we were just super tired, super run down, just like, God, we need to just relax. Like we've done enough walking. There's plenty of stuff to
Yeah.
do. So if you are coming from an insane time difference, dude, just rest and recover for the first like day because you will get so much more out of it. That's from about like 6 Americans that we met.
Mhm.
That's all that they were saying the whole time.
Yeah, that's why I think what we're trying to do is our flight leaves Florida on Thursday morning, and I think we get to Tokyo 2:30 or 3:30 Friday
Mhm.
afternoon. So we want to try to just make sure that we're just up until at least 10, like 9 or 10, and then try to pass out so we could wake up that next day and
Yeah.
hopefully feel semi whatever. So I'm just so curious how we're gonna feel when we land. Cause bro, 13 hours is ridiculous. And like it depends if you get to sleep on the plane too, because I just have a feeling I'm gonna be too hyped and excited to get full rest on a 19-hour plane ride. I gotta like get some like gummies that'll make me sleep or something, bro, because I'm trying to like
Yeah.
not be a zombie for 2 full days. Now, how long was that flight for you?
10 hours. It was 10 hours.
Damn,
It was pretty much straight up. It was
that's
pretty much straight
still
up. It was yeah, it was a straight flight. You can do different stops along the way. A lot of people do that to kind of
mhm.
like they'll stop in at Queensland. It makes it what like like fucking $200-300 less.
Yeah.
But you know, I mean, for us, we just wanted to be there. So what I would recommend for you is I mean, I don't know what airline you're going on.
ANA Airlines.
Okay, so they're gonna have like good entertainment. Depending on the times, stay up and then sleep all in Japan and try to have like a good sleep in.
Oh, that's a
That's
good idea.
that's all I do. So I've done like a couple of really big trips around the world. And Australia, dude, if you can take anything from an Aussie, it takes like 10 years to travel anywhere else in the fucking world. Like it's unless you're going to New Zealand, then mate, you're like hour and a half, 2 hours, you're good. But
Yeah.
you know, it's the one thing that I've found is that if you can get yourself to stay awake, if you have like a 20-minute nap, like have power naps, sure, stay up. I find that it is so much easier to just sleep when you're there and have a good sleep in because you always want to discount like that first day. You want to discount that first day when you get there and then the first day when you get back because you know the time
Yeah.
difference is going to screw you up. You know your whole schedule. You're not going to be going to work the first day. Like that'd be ridiculous. So just
Yeah.
take your time, really relax, and you can actually do so much even within that small window of time if you give yourself that one day. So that's what I'd recommend. Just
True.
just sleep when you're there. And dude, I was on the plane. I was watching the extended editions of Lord of the Rings. I was on Qantas, mate.
Perfect.
It was beautiful, beautiful. Fellowship of the Ring on the way over there, fully extended edition, and then I watched Kung Fu Panda 4. That was wild. Um, and then on the way back, I watched the other two. Dude, yeah, watch movies, enjoy yourself. You'll probably make videos or something. Knowing you, you're fucking always working, dude.
So on the way there, probably not so much, but bro, on the way back with all the footage I'm gonna have, that whole flight on the way home from Tokyo to Florida is gonna be the most productive flight ever. I bet you I'll bang out like 20 videos, a minimum 20
I,
videos on that
I would,
flight.
yeah, I'd probably say easy 50 for you. I mean, you just don't stop working, dude.
I'm actually looking forward to that flight home because like I'm gonna have so much footage from 11 days of being in Japan and 3 full days of celebration.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be like gold, man. Chopping up those videos, man.
Dude, I can tell you there's a bunch of stuff that you need to add into your experience, depending on where you go, but you
Uh-huh.
can kind of do this everywhere. There's a samurai experience that we
Ooh.
did. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
dude, it was insane. So we basically we chose between you can do either a samurai sword and you're cutting down a bunch of these like thick bamboo blocks that they used to train with, or you
Yeah.
can do the shuriken, right,
Uh-huh.
which is the ninja star. So basically, you go there, you learn about the whole history of everything. You can add a tea ceremony on top of that. That's what we did
Mhm.
as well. We did
Mhm.
a bunch of tea ceremonies all throughout. This one was really really cool because it was traditional. Like this
Yeah.
one was very much you learn about the history of it, you learn about like everything to do with that. So I would recommend anywhere you go, samurai experience. It has it in Tokyo, Osaka, Kyoto, everywhere. It's like
Where'd you do yours at?
I did mine in Kyoto.
Kyoto? Okay.
I mean, if you go to Kyoto, I would recommend that one. But like
Yeah.
they were the kindest, most incredible people. I mean, I think you have me on my private Instagram, but I mean, I posted this photo on there, and I have all these other photos of they basically dress you up in a traditional
Yeah.
kimono. Yeah.
Yes.
So they basically, you get in there and they have a bunch of different undergarments that you can use. For me, dude, I was wearing gym shorts the whole time because it was so hot. But I was just wearing gym shorts and like a t-shirt, and they basically wrap you up in, which is like a fabric cling film.
Uh-huh.
They wrap you up and then they tie this little belt, and then they chuck on the actual kimono. They do the proper belt, and then you get this overcoat. Dude, it
Did you
was
get to
like,
keep any of it?
no, but there are so
Ah.
many stores that you can buy that exact one there.
Ooh. I need
Dude,
that
and
outfit. I need
the
it.
oh, you 100%. Dude, I got samurai clogs as well when I was over there. You know the
Ooh.
ones, like the wooden ones that have the 2 bars at the bottom?
Oh, yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
dude, it's so loud. On my wooden floors, it's so loud, but it's so worth it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, no, I would definitely recommend that one. That was
Uh-huh.
by far the best experience that I had doing an actual activity in Japan. By far.
Now, the next question I had, because I'm pretty sure you just speak English and don't speak full Japanese. Did you have any language barrier issues when you went over there? How was that like speaking to people and ordering
Mm.
stuff and them not looking at you crazy?
So, I mean, they look at me crazy because I do look a bit crazy, but I there's no language barrier. There's no issue. There's nothing there that is actually going to be a problem, because even if they don't speak English,
Mhm.
which I assume most of your viewers do speak, they have like all of these pictures at the front of every counter, and you can just point.
Oh.
You can point like, do I need a plastic bag? Do you need cutlery? Do you want me to warm this up for you? And they can see that, and they'll do it, dude.
Oh.
Like, they are 10 years ahead of us at all times. Whatever, like, seriously, they are the best. Also, Google Translate. That was one
Yeah.
big thing that I wanted to tell you and your viewers is Google Translate. Keep it on at all times.
Yeah.
3 reasons why I say that.
Mhm.
1, when you're in a rush, okay? There is nothing worse than freaking out when there's so many different Japanese words going around, you don't understand a single thing. You can literally hold your phone up. You can press it on, you're on the
Camera?
microphone. You can hold it up to the speaker.
Oh.
Dude, we were trapped on a train for 2 hours because of a typhoon. We were stuck. We had a 14-hour travel day. It was actually horrendous. They were so kind through the whole thing. We had
Yeah.
the only way we were able to get from the small town Magame to Tokyo was by Google Translate. So that was the first reason, is like emergency situations. Second,
Yeah.
dude, it's just, you can see a menu. It's so quick. You take a photo, you've got everything on there. So it's just
Nice.
ease of like ordering things. And then third thing, actual conversations with people. I mean, every staff member in any train station, anything like that, they all have a phone that only is Google Translate.
Oh,
They'll
really?
have it out all the time. So that's literally your way of, it's your voice box. Especially in smaller places, it's your voice box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes me feel better, bro, because that's one thing. It's like, bro, I'm gonna go over there. They're gonna look at me. They're gonna know I'm not Japanese, and like I'm like, that's comforting. Because like I was like, man, how am I gonna order food? Or hey, where's the
Yeah.
bathroom? Or how much is this vintage figure? Like, so that's really really good to know. Did a decent amount of people you found there spoke English?
Yeah, man. That's what I was gonna say. Is like, so many people spoke English. If you were worried, I mean, cast all of that aside. Even if they don't speak English, they will find any way possible to be able to make sure that you get what you need.
Yeah,
Absolutely. In any situation, be that food, be that shopping, or like even just going to the bathroom, they will make sure that you are cared for 110%. It's wild.
that's
It's actually wild. And I mean,
awesome.
you know basics. You can go there with, konnichiwa, hello, sumimasen, which is like sorry or excuse me.
Yeah,
Like a bunch of different ones, like arigato gozaimasu, or you can do informal versions, but I wouldn't really recommend. What I would say is, like, when you go there, obviously they know you don't speak Japanese. And if you do,
Yeah.
it's a great thing, right? They looked at me and they were like, "Hello, how are you?" I'm like, "Yeah, okay, cool." Um, but every time, like, if you just use the most formal way possible,
Mhm.
they respect you so much because they know how much you're trying. Like that, the biggest
Nice.
thing with them is just try. Please just like try to at least learn enough that you can have the most basic conversation, which is hi, goodbye, excuse me, thank you. Literally it.
No, that's awesome. The next thing I had was money. Did you get I don't know what you use in Australia, whatever you guys have I don't know
Dollary
what you
dues. We use dollary
Sure.
dues. No.
So but, like, did you convert your Australian currency into Japanese yen?
There's one thing that I will say. I mean, my girlfriend is the best planner in the world. You will find no one better than her, and she set us up straight away with this app called Revolut. Now,
Revolut? What the
I don't
hell
know
is
if you know
that?
Revolut, but dude,
No. Sounds fake.
Revolut, it is fake. It's a scam. I'm trying to take all your money. So so Revolut is a card app. You basically you can get the card.
This?
Yep,
Revolut?
that's it, brother. Get it. The card, you can do transfers on there with a better transfer rate than any of the other booths that you go to. Trust me.
Okay.
So our Aussie dollar is absolute dog shit. I mean, you'd probably be better to pay in potatoes than you would with AUD. Um, so when we went there, our Aussie dollar worked out to be around 100 yen, just under.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. We would actually get that currency exchange the whole time. Whereas when we went to all of these different places to like, you can change in cash and so on, it worked out
Yeah.
to be about 88 yen. So, I mean,
Oh.
it doesn't seem like a lot, but in the
No,
end,
it adds up, it adds up.
dude, it adds up insanely. You can use it anywhere you go. The only thing I will say is make sure you have cash on you. 4 times
Yeah.
of emergency. Like we really struggled at one point when we were on that train. When we
Uh-huh.
were on the train there and we were stuck for 2 hours, right? We were trying to figure out all of this stuff and they were like, "Look, you can spend 400 Aussie on a trip." We went all the way up to Toyama, which is like northwest, and then all the way up and down back into Tokyo to avoid a typhoon to make sure we got on the plane, right? And that whole time,
Ooh.
dude, it was actually wild. But our Revolut cards weren't working because they were connected to the internet and we transferred stuff, but we were in a dead spot, so they hadn't updated on the card. So that's the only
Ooh.
thing I will say. Revolut is incredible everywhere you go. Everywhere you go, it is absolutely incredible. Use it as much as possible, but have cash on you for emergencies. Because we had to, I mean, I had to use my Visa card, which was fine, but I got a pretty hefty transfer fee. So, yeah,
Yeah.
I like that card was one of the cards that, I mean, my girlfriend has used it all through Europe. She used it all through Japan. I used it through Japan. It was a lifesaver. The card came in like a week. It was the
Oh,
best.
so they send you an actual card
Yep.
too?
But you can have it on your phone. Like, I,
Oh.
I mean,
Like Apple Pay.
yeah, man. Like, I've got it right here. Like, it's so good. It's so
Yeah.
good, dude. You know, like you just have it on your phone. It's easy. Now, one thing I will say when you go to Japan, speaking of cards, there's a thing called a Suica card. Do you know anything about a Suica card?
Bro, guy, do you know who I am? I have 3,000 yen on sitting on my Suica card right now, baby.
Dude,
I'm
man,
I'm
you're
ready
too
to
good.
go. I'm gonna load up more closer too, but I downloaded it. I added 3,000 yen just to test it because you
Mhm.
could use this for like buses, trains, supermarkets, vending machines,
Dude,
right?
the vending machines, that's the one thing I used it most for. But like, and honestly, I mean, it was so worth it. The Suica card, when you have a good transfer rate, like chuck on a lot more than just
Yeah.
3,000. Probably chuck on. We spent about chuck on about probably about 100 AUD, which is what whatever. I think it's like 100,000 or 10,000 yen. So we used
Yeah.
about we used a good amount of money there on just like you
Mhm.
don't realize how much you just travel up and down. Buses there
Yeah.
as well. They charge for a full fare each time on a Suica card. If you do use cash, you can pay for your individual. Like you only went to a couple of stops. So
Oh,
Suica card,
okay.
like they'll use. It's really good for long distance on the bus, but not for short. Like we went one stop and we were
Yeah.
charged $2.50. You know, like
Yeah.
it was a lot. Whereas we actually went from from Osaka to Kyoto for $6 on a
Oh,
Suica
that's
card.
crazy cheap.
Brother, you
That's
don't
really
like
good.
you have to just use that as much as possible.
I am.
Yeah.
I'm gonna load a lot more on there because I saw that you could use it everywhere. So definitely gonna do that. But
Yep.
man, the next thing, bro, like the food. Now I know that's a loaded question because there's so much food. But my first food question: did you go to 7-Eleven and did you eat at 7-Eleven? Because that's what I'm so curious about is 7-Eleven
Dude,
food.
dude, 7-Eleven was like a dream. It was, okay, you think about it like this, right? Maybe even close your eyes. Yeah, just imagine yourself, okay? You're in
Okay.
a desert, all right?
Mhm.
It's a long, hot day. You're sweating profusely. You don't know where you're going. You're lost, and you see in the distance there's a bright light. It's a really bright light, and it's just
Uh huh.
white, it's green, it's orange. But you make out a little number. It's seven. It's got like a little hieroglyphics in between it. And you're like, what is this place? Surely this is a mirage. No, no, my friend. It's on every corner of every single street. You go there. It is the best place for food, for drinks, for alcohol, for band-aids, for porn magazines. Like you go anywhere and everywhere. That is just 7-Eleven, man.
What was your favorite thing you ate at the 7-Eleven?
You know what's so hard is like we ate so much. That's such a loaded question. It's I'll tell you what, my favorite because they've got so many sandwiches, right? You get
Yeah.
sandwiches, you get onigiri, you get a bunch. Do you know what onigiri is?
Nope.
It's basically it's a sushi triangle wrap.
Oh, I know what it look. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah,
That shit will blow your mind. Blow your mind. You have to get the tuna
yeah.
mayo. Okay, tuna mayo onigiri. But the sandwiches, I had this teriyaki and egg, like teriyaki chicken and egg sandwich. Oh my god. Dude, I would
Ooh.
lay back at night and dream of it. It was only in the mornings.
Yeah,
Only in the mornings. And we were just like, oh my god, like let's go to 7-Eleven, let's get a bunch of food. And every time I'm like back of the shelf, like, come here, like give me all these sandwiches.
yeah.
Dude, food there is just in the 7-Eleven, it's actually incredible. Like to the point where you would go to a cheap restaurant and you would get the same quality food. Like you get like, oh man, there's a couple of things from 7-Eleven which I've got to fucking talk to you about. It's
Yeah.
so first thing was the nectar of the gods. All right. This is the sweet, sweet juice that what I would imagine only Zeus could prepare within his golden nutsack. It's Pocari Sweat. Dude,
That's what it's called?
it's called Pocari Sweat. Pocari. Pocari Sweat. Dude, actually, you know what? I think I have a bottle here still.
Yeah?
Let me go get this.
Yeah. Go grab it, go grab it.
Oh man, you're gonna fucking love this shit. I would drink probably about 5 of these a day, minimum. Minimum. This is it. And this one is actually
What?
from Japan. I kept this because it keeps me grounded. You know what I mean?
Why is it called sweat? Because sweat is sweat. Like, what?
It's you know what? I thought that at the start. I thought there's no way I would drink something that's called sweat.
Yeah,
Man,
yeah.
man, you'll only drink sweat. You'll only drink sweat. You're gonna wish your sweat was Bacardi Sweat. So 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 we basically it's like it's an electrolyte drink, very similar to
Okay.
Gatorade, but this one has the same it has the same level of close to human body water, so it's easily absorbed,
Nice.
right?
Okay.
That shit is. is like actually insane. And you know, the funny thing is, we got it as a joke, right? The first thing I
Yeah.
saw, I was like, ha, sweat. I went to a vending machine, click, 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 boom, went down. I had a sip. I was like, this is nothing. You want to try it? The moment I gave it to my girlfriend, it was like the One Ring from Lord of the Rings. It was like, my precious. And I ripped it off of her. And I was like, no. I sculled the whole thing. Went to 7-Eleven. You can get 2 liters of it. You can get 2
Ooh.
liters of this thing. That drink is the best drink. That also, have you had Calpus?
No.
So it is, if you search up Calpus water, right?
Uh-huh.
I don't have one on me, but it's like it looks like a milky water. It's basically
Okay.
like a watered down Yakult, and that
Uh-huh.
stuff is, I mean, I've never tasted sweet bodily juices before, but I would assume that is what it would be. You know what I mean? It's incredible. It's actually incredible, dude. Like Calpus and Picari got us through the whole trip. On the
Damn.
hot days, that shit was incredible. Desserts, dude, don't even get me started on desserts. My favorite one and my girl's favorite one was this little ice cream tub. It was a tiny little, it's in a square box,
Uh-huh.
and it's a creme brulee ice cream.
Oh, I've heard of that. At 7-Eleven, right?
Dude, it's like, yeah. It's next level. Well, the one thing I'll say about Japan is anything that they've got flavored to be something, it tastes exactly like it. It tastes
Yeah.
exactly like it. You will find nothing that tastes bad other than this one drink that I had, which was a grapefruit soda, and that shit was so carbonated. I swear I was
Ugh.
going to like float away. I don't know what the hell they put in it, but it barely tasted like grapefruit, and it was just so shit. I actually don't even think it was a Japanese drink. It was that level of bad, because every
Mm.
Japanese drink is incredible. And hey, look, if you're in Australia, you're 18 years old, or if you're in America, 21, which is weird that you guys have to drink at 21. Dude, the alcoholic drinks are insane. Dude,
Yeah, I was just about to ask you, like, did you drink any beer over there or any like Japanese liquor? And
I'm
what
not a
was it
big beer
like?
guy. I'm not a big
Uh-huh.
beer guy, dude. You know what? I have to say, I'm a bit ashamed. I feel like less of a man. I feel like if I went back into medieval times and they handed me this big jug of beer, I'd be like, yeah, thanks. And they'd call me like a sissy bitch or something like that. I don't know. I don't know what medieval term they used at the time, but I would be the
Yeah.
lowest form. I'd be the peasant. You know what I mean? So I had a lot of mixed drinks, a lot of
Okay.
the little canned drinks. Bro, when I say at the start, we got this little peach can. Okay. And obviously everything's in Japanese. And I see just a little peach logo, and it's in the fridge next to all of the Pocari Sweat and the iced teas and all that kind of stuff. And we're like, oh, okay, we'll get that peach drink. Dude, I'm sipping it. I'm like, that's weird. That's weird. I don't think that's juice. I really don't think that's juice. It tastes just like it. And then I was like, oh, I had to say that I was over 20 when I was at the register. Is this fucking alcohol? I turn around, it says 3% at the bottom. Tiny little writing, 3%. Dude,
Yeah.
if you put that in a glass, you told me it was juice, I would have believed you. It was the
Yeah.
most insane drink. Everything over there tastes exactly like it. All of their drinks. And if you like whiskey, I like
Oh
whiskey.
yeah.
I love a
Yeah,
good
yeah,
whiskey.
yeah.
Brother, you
Yes.
can get like 700 mils. All alcohol over there is like the cheapest of cheap. 700 mils of a good whiskey from
Mhm.
Scotland, the land of the brave and the free. Basically, something that if you import it into Australia, it would be like 110, 120 AUD, which is again probably about 3 potatoes in America. It was like overall $13 for 700
Damn.
mils, dude. We went to Don Quixote. Now,
Yeah.
dude, Don Quixote, that's a store you got to go to. That's a store.
Yeah.
Don
There's
Quixote,
one right there's one right next to the hotel that we booked when we land in Tokyo, right next to it.
you're not sleeping in the hotel, you're sleeping in Don Quixote. I tell you what, dude, when you go there, you're never gonna want to go to another store. And Bruno Mars just did a song. Oh my god, dude! I've been listening to that on repeat in my head. It's like Donkey Ikacho, yo, bunch, bunch, bunch. Oh, dude, it's so good. So Don Quixote, you can go there and get 2.2 liters of whiskey for 50 AUD, which
So
is
what's
probably about 3 potatoes in it. No, probably about like $30. $30 in America.
damn. I didn't
Yeah.
know they had liquor there. I thought Don Quixote was just like 5 floors of like random like knickknacks and souvenirs and like random stuff. I
You're
didn't know
about
there
to
was
have an
liquor there
experience,
too.
dude. It's got everything. It's got everything. It's got okay. I mean, I guess I've been swearing a bit. Sorry. I apologize.
Nah, it's okay.
But like it's a little explicit. But you get bottom floor. You get bottom floor, you get alcohol, you get like random little sweets. Next floor up, you get like Kit Kats, and they've got walls of different Kit Kat flavors. You have to try
Ooh,
everything. It's insane. I had a wasabi Kit Kat. You know, yeah,
what?
it was cool. It was cool. The matcha Kit Kats there, incredible. You go next floor up, it's like cosmetics and beauty stuff. They've got the best beauty care in Japan and Korea all in that fucking room. Then you go
Mhm.
the next floor up. Dude, they're all like 10 floors. You go the next floor up, and then you've got toys and these little collectible, Japanese collectibles called Smeeskis, which I would recommend you get some. They are so cool. All right.
Yeah.
You get
Okay.
all these random collectibles, Pokemon cards, a bunch of different like statues and stuff where I'll talk about later. I've got some Star Wars stuff.
Mhm.
And then you get the level above that. Porn upon porn upon porn upon like vibrators and just dude, it's like the most hypersexual floor I've ever been on. I've been to sex stores here in Australia and they've got nothing. They've got nothing on Don Quixote.
Damn.
Like I'm talking about, and they've got this thin little curtain. This thin little curtain that kind of blocks it so kids can't see in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Brother, it is like next level. Next level.
That's
And then
so
you get to
wild.
the top level, designer bags, designer clothes, everything real, like Gucci, Louis Vuitton, like $10,000, $10,000 bags, $40,000 bags, jewelry from like all of these expensive places, right
Wow.
above a porn section.
Bro, that's so weird. That sounds
Yeah,
crazy, man. I like
yeah,
and like you might see the people that stop at that porn floor and kind of judge them like, "Hey, where are you going? I know where you're going, buddy."
dude. I see these people in there, and they're just like, they're looking, and I'm just like, what's going on in here? Yeah, man.
Oh my god. What kind of Star Wars stuff did you find in Don Quixote?
Dude, I don't know if you see the bandana that I be rocking. All right, let me just. I make my own
Darth
sound effects, by the
Maul.
way. Yeah, I make my own sound effects. It's pretty cool. So basically, they had about 50 fucking Star Wars bandanas over there. All right. And
Oh.
I mean, they're not really meant to be bandanas. They're actually these wall prints that you can put up, which I really hope you get some, dude.
Oh.
So basically,
Oh.
I think it's called a tentsugi. I'm definitely fucking that one up, but
Mhm.
it's basically it's a cloth that you can put in a frame, and it's I mean, there's other places that are very traditional, and you actually have them for certain reasons and so on. It's like all handmade. This one is obviously it's like Star Wars stuff. It's just mass produced. But
Yeah.
you can put these up on the wall and it's all proper Japanese designs. It's all everything, right?
Mm.
So when you go there, you'll see like this one, obviously, this is a mall in like a very classic samurai pose,
Yeah.
right? And it's just like that look where his eyes are like super yellow and like, oh, it's so cool, right? You can find a bunch of different stuff there. And what I will say is if you're looking for figures, you won't look for anything in Don Quixote. All
Mhm.
right. You won't find anything in Don Quixote. I mean, obviously, you're a big TVC guy, just like me. I mean,
Yep.
I was so upset when I couldn't find anything like that there because, like, I thought that Japan would have so much more. Australia has nothing, dude.
Yeah.
But when we went there, Japan has a bigger culture on statues. So their statue game is like out of this world.
Mm.
I'm not talking about anything that's kind of like movable or anything like that. No, it's full on busts of characters, right? So
Yeah.
you can get a lot of art FX stuff. So you can
Oh,
see,
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
those are
yeah.
dope.
Oh, dude, they are so cool. All that level of things, and also cheaper. You can get little plastic ones that are, no bigger than this. We've got the same one in the room. So like no
Yeah.
bigger than this. It's tiny, but you can fit so many of them. They're all in really cool poses and so on. So that plus a bunch of different, you can get heaps of Star Wars memorabilia. Like anything that I got over there was either Don Quixote, vintage stores, or Uniqlo. Big
Nice,
time, dude. Big
nice.
time.
Um, Another question I had was your phone. Did you have to get like do something with your phone provider, or like how'd you get your
Yeah.
phone to work over there?
So, I mean, there's a bunch of different options for so many people, and I would recommend talk to your provider, see which one is going to be best. A lot of the time, it could be for your small period of time that you're there. I mean, you're there for 11 days. That's enough to be able to warrant an eSIM, but not a
Mhm.
complete replacement SIM. Unless you wanted to just do, maybe your provider has, $5 a day or even cheaper, right? For us,
Yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
$5 a day, and you get the same plan that you have, but you're just in another country, right?
Oh,
So
nice. Okay.
yeah, so that's a really cheap way of doing it. Personally, we were there for just that little bit too long, where it just outweighed. Like it was what, $10 difference, and we wanted to try an eSIM. So what I would recommend is get an eSIM to go over there. These things you can buy. I think we got Simify.
Mhm.
So we got Simify there. Basically, you buy the eSIM, and it only works in Japan. So you can only set it up there. They've got Wi-Fi everywhere, by the way. That's not an issue. You can set it up in the airport Wi-Fi. All you do is when you're in your home country, you download the actual like eSIM part of it, and then you activate
Uh-huh.
it over there, and then it works for that time.
Oh,
The only
okay.
thing I will say with the eSIM, which really, really annoyed me. But it only didn't work for me. It worked for my girlfriend at all times. Was at nighttime, mine didn't work. My
Oh, that's
yeah, my
weird.
phone did not work at nighttime, so she was always hotspotting me. Now we had unlimited internet. We had unlimited
Yeah.
internet that whole time, but like I just had to always hotspot off of her at night, which was kind of like it's kind of annoying, dude. It's
Yeah,
really
yeah,
annoying.
yeah.
But they've got Wi-Fi everywhere. So even if, for the viewers on there, which are very similar to me, the budget boys or budget gals, the people who just can't see themselves spending that much money on random little things like that. Dude, Wi-Fi everywhere. Wi-Fi everywhere. Every store
Hell
you go
yeah.
to has Wi-Fi, and it's faster than anything we've got in Australia. So you are so
Ooh.
good. Dude, I went to a cafe in the middle of fucking nowhere where I filmed that Magame episode. I did my episode that I did, like a fan in Japan, which
Yeah.
I didn't actually realize that rhyme. So when I did a fan in Japan, so that sounds kind of cool now that I say that. Basically I was in this cafe that was in the middle of a mountain. I was in the mountains,
Ooh,
dude. And
damn.
I had faster internet than I've got at home. That I'm streaming this amazing conversation with this amazing person. Like I'm I'm not kidding. It's everywhere. Everywhere. So for the budget people, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Did you upload any videos while you were out there, or you did it all when you came home? That's one thing I'm curious
Mm,
about is like when I'm there and uploading videos daily. Cause like when I was at Chicago recently, the Wi-Fi in the hotel was trash. So it took
really?
forever to upload. So I was just curious over there, like uploading videos while I'm there, if it would be quicker or if it would suck.
Well, I did it on cellular. Because
And it
I
was
was
good?
actually I edited my whole fan in Japan video on the train when I was going back to Tokyo. So I did that all
Uh-huh.
on cellular and also train Wi-Fi. And if that gives you any idea, cellular and train Wi-Fi is good enough to upload a 20-minute video within a
Damn.
couple of within, let's say, an hour or 2 hours, depending on your
Yeah.
provider. Right? For me, it was 40 minutes on just
Yeah.
cellular. Dude, easy. The hotel Wi-Fi, that was the fastest one. That was the fastest one.
Wow.
Like we
Good.
we would go to all of, even Airbnbs. We stayed at a bunch of Airbnbs when we were over there.
Mhm.
And dude, I mean, like everything is so fast. I would say for you, wouldn't worry. Would not worry about that.
Nice.
You'll upload at night. Dude, you have it on your computer, like your laptop or whatever, you just chuck it into the you chuck it on like don't turn off or whatever. You just upload.
Yeah,
You can
yeah,
go
yeah.
out, have a good time. It'll be done by the time you get back, man. Like
Hell yeah.
easy. Easy.
Nice.
Yeah.
So overall, what was like your favorite part of your trip? Like, what was the like the number one highlight? Like, this was my favorite moment of my Japan trip. One, the number one.
Magame. Magame, the
Magame.
whole of Magame. Dude, when I say like the most beautiful, the most incredible, just awe-inspiring view. Like I know it sounds really cheesy, and I mean this in the best way, but it's the kind of view with the rolling mountains and just beautiful housing that could inspire poems and stories and
Yeah.
movies. Like one where you could, where you would imagine bloody Tolkien writing the whole of Lord of the Rings based on just one beautiful landscape. It was that was just my favorite part by far. By far.
Nice. No, that's awesome. So the last thing I got is so from this trip, what did you learn that's gonna help you when you go to Japan next year for celebration? Like now that you got this under your belt, when you go next year, like what did you learn or what are you gonna do different for your
Mhm.
next trip to Japan?
So when I go in celebration, dude, I can tell you all I'm going to be doing is just spending time walking.
Okay.
Walking as much as possible. Like walk everywhere, experience it all. That's what I want to do more. I mean, yeah, we were
Mhm.
traveling a lot because we wanted to see as much as we could in certain days. But like when we're going to celebration, I want to walk all around it because I can guarantee you. I know it sounds a bit stupid. It's like, oh, why would you be just walking around? Like, wouldn't you want to see more? It's like, no. When you go to the surrounding areas of an event, everything is themed to the event. Everything.
Oh,
Everything. So,
yes.
dude, you
Okay.
walk around, they've got everything everywhere. I would definitely assume Star Wars stuff. Like right now, One Piece is huge and it's everywhere.
Yeah, yeah,
Everywhere,
yeah.
dude. So like, man, I mean, you would not believe it if I went. Well, I would not believe it if I said to myself before I went to Japan, "Oh, I'd want to go back and walk." You know what I mean? But dude,
Yeah.
everywhere, restaurants, shops, everything is filled. And you know what they're going to do? They're probably going to be like, "Oh, well, we're going to get more sales. I'm just going to go back and I'm going to like get a bunch of vintage stuff and I'm going to bring it into my store and sell it from there." So I would
Ooh.
definitely assume, man. I mean, they prepare themselves. When Japan goes hard, I mean, they go fucking hard, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's
And
awesome, man.
one thing I will say to anyone, including yourself, when you go there,
Mhm.
everyone wants to document their trip. Everybody wants to have like the most amazing photos and videos and all that kind of stuff of your trip. Do not go anywhere but the film camera stores. So I've actually got mine right here.
Oh.
Dude,
Yeah.
there's a bunch of junk camera stores. I've got it in my motorcycle helmet bag, but
Yeah.
there's a bunch of junk film camera stores that just makes the experience so much cooler. So basically, I went to like I think it's called Five Star Cameras, a
Okay.
bunch and also a bunch of different places, and I picked up this bad boy. This is a
Ooh.
1972 Asahi Pentax Spotmatic SP. It's got the original. It's got the original bloody serial number on there as an original
That's
1972.
crazy. That looks like it was an Indiana Jones movie.
Yep, I got this for $40.
Damn, that's cheap for it being that old. That's like a relic.
Brother, it works perfectly. But it's a grail, right? It depends. You never know where you're going to get it. So, to add
Yeah.
a little bit more fun to your trip, to add a little bit more fun to like your viewers' trips, go in there, get a cheap film camera. I got that camera, that
Oh.
lens, this lens on top of it, which is from the same year, both with the original caps.
Yeah.
I got all of that with film in the camera for 95 AUD.
And did you take
95.
pictures with it?
Dude, I took pictures everywhere. And every store, dude, everywhere you
Ooh.
go, it has like a 2-hour, 3-hour turnaround for film photos.
Uh-huh.
It adds so much more nostalgia onto your trip. I find that I'm looking so much more back at all of my old photos. You get it so cheap. You can even get like the digital point and shoot stuff. So for
Yeah, yeah.
anyone who's going there, get yourself a camera. Go over there, buy yourself a random film camera. Dude, it is so much fun to experiment. And I can guarantee you, everyone that's in there is going to love getting their photos taken, taking photos with you, and like
Yeah.
seeing something like that. Dude, everyone in Japan, I've never like in Australia, if you see people taking photos, it's kind of like, oh, hey, what are you doing? Like, don't fucking take photos around here. Like, what are you fucking weirdo? But over there, dude, everyone's got a camera everywhere.
Yeah.
Even locals, like they've got cameras. They're going around. It's the capital of cameras. So if you're there, have that experience for sure. That was one of the highlights of my trip. Like going in there, and dude, I'm a gambling man right now. I mean, what I've been watching so much of those Pokemon card videos and shit like that, dude. I'm a gambler. I've been gambling with that. But like with that one, it's a huge gamble, but God, did the risk pay off. That was
Yeah.
one of the best experiences having over there, and actually taking something that I've been able to take heaps of photos over here and really enjoy.
Mhm.
And it adds so much more to your trip.
That's awesome. Do you have any more pickups by you right now you wanna show?
No, that's really it. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
gonna make a whole video on like the bandanas and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So be sure to check out my channel, dude. You are so. But can I just say quickly, by the way, you are so fucking good, man. You are so good. I just want like get close to the microphone to say that one. But like, dude, anyone who's watching this, but man, like you are the fucking best, bro. Every time I post a video, I say Star Wars Sith 66. Man,
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
I've got 110 bloody subscribers, which 111 today actually, which like
Yeah.
I could not have done without you. And I love every single one of them. Everyone's so supportive, but like dude, you are actually so kind. So I wanted to put this out onto the ethos and just say absolutely how incredible it is that the last time we spoke, you had what, like 4,000, 6,000 subscribers, and
Something
now
like
you're
that.
at 22,000, bro.
Yeah,
Like
man, it's crazy.
you are incredible. You are so deserving of everything. And I just want to say thank you, man. I mean, thank you to everything. Anytime I have a question, you're
Oh, of
always there.
course.
You're always in my comment sections. You're always liking my stuff. You're always randomly sharing my stuff. Like, I
Of course, man.
appreciate you, dude. You are the fucking best, man.
Nah, man, no, thank you so much, and I appreciate your stuff too because it's great, and the reason I do that is because I genuinely enjoy it. If I didn't, I wouldn't just do it, like, you know what I
Yeah, I
mean? So, like,
appreciate that, man.
yeah, and you're actually at 112 right now, buddy, so don't
Oi!
shortchange yourself. Yeah, man.
Oi!
Yes.
Whoa.
Yes, man. So how pumped are you for Japan now even more since you just
Oh,
went to Japan for celebration?
I want to live there. I'm looking at apartments. I'm looking at apartments right now.
Really?
Brother, no joke. No joke. If I can try to make a living over there, be that on YouTube or be that anywhere, like,
Yeah.
and then I could actually just like live in Japan, that would be the dream. I have to say, like, dude, I am counting down the seconds until I go back. Counting down the seconds. It's the best place, the best trip. Like, I don't think when you go there, you'll realize 11 because you're going for 11 days, right?
Yeah, how long are you gonna go for when you go back?
I'm probably going to go around the same as what I went before, about 2 weeks, about two. I
Yeah.
might extend it to 3. Because dude,
Nice.
I just want to do everything. I want to go everywhere. I want to walk around. I just want to experience the culture. Like I'm so keen. And my first ever celebration, my first ever like convention and everything,
Ooh.
dude. It's like
Oh.
in one of my favorite countries in the world now. So it's just like I'm so keen.
You are not ready for celebration, and I cannot wait to see your first reaction after your first full day there, because it's such a magical place and experience. I've never experienced anything in my life like celebration, except for ICCC, which is like very
Yeah.
similar. But celebration is just so special because everybody loves Star Wars, everybody's happy, everybody wants to be there, everybody's nice. It's the energy and vibe. It's bro, I'm getting goosebumps right now talking about it because it's just unreal. you are gonna lose your mind in there.
Yeah.
You're gonna lose your mind.
Yeah,
Oh,
100%, dude. I know. Like, I've never been in an environment with like so many like-minded people, so I'm so keen, and I'm so keen because the thing is, you never see the toxicity there. You never see the toxic fan base being like,
no.
"Oh, hey, well, Ray shouldn't have been a Skywalker." It's like, shut up, brother. Who cares? Like, come on, just like fucking enjoy what you want to enjoy. I talked about that in a previous video, but like the fans who really enjoy it, they don't care about what anyone else likes. I could tell you
Exactly.
I could tell you that I hate the sequels, and that wouldn't fucking matter. I love the sequels, but so many people get so angry about everything, and they're just like constantly going off, like, oh, like how dare you like this? This is Disney trash, like But sorry, brother, if they didn't buy it, you wouldn't get any content. George Lucas was so fed up because of people like you who were constantly
Yeah.
dragging him and constantly giving him shit. That's why he sold it. Like, you're just bringing
Yep.
so much more toxicity. Just let people enjoy what they want to enjoy.
Yeah,
So I can't
exactly.
wait for something like that where I just see so many people.
Oh man, and like, dude, the stuff you're gonna see at the booths, the vendors there at the Celebration show store, all the exclusive merch that Celebration does alone, it's all gonna be Japanese inspired apparel, hats,
Yeah.
pins, mugs, tote bags, bro. You're gonna go nuts, man. I
Dude,
cannot wait, man.
I'm so keen. I'm so keen. And I hope there's heaps of TVC because God, I'm gonna bring my wallet, man. I'm bringing my
Oh yeah.
wallet. I'm bringing an extra suitcase because holy shit, I want to buy so much.
Yeah,
So
bro,
much.
it's gonna be insane. I cannot wait. We're literally 213 days away from Celebration right now.
Dude, I wish it was
213
tomorrow.
days. I know, bro. Oh, it's gonna be so crazy,
I'm keen
man.
to meet you as well, dude.
I know that's all. We're gonna have fun. We'll probably meet
Dude.
before Celebration for sure,
Yeah, yeah,
because
yeah,
we got to
yeah.
film some stuff. But
100%.
yeah, man. And
I've
like
already
I
got
was
some
talking.
ideas for some intros, dude. Don't worry. I
Oh,
got some.
good.
Yeah,
Keep
I got
all
I
that
got
stuff
some ready.
written down.
Yep.
'Cause, I wanna do the same with Hannah out there too, and maybe even the 3 of us. This bloody American with the 2 Aussies in Japan, it'll be crazy. We're gonna have fun out there, man, like, too
Dude,
much fun.
I actually can't wait. And I can't wait to meet Hannah as well. I mean, I think she literally lives that way. Like, I'm not even kidding. I actually think she's that close to me. I like because the thing is, I saw one of her videos and she was like talking and stuff like that, walking, and I was like, oh my god, I see that like almost every day.
Oh,
Wouldn't that
wow.
be white? Like, I think she's literally down there. I have no idea. I got to talk to her
That's
about that.
crazy.
I
Yeah,
keep on
because
forgetting to talk to her about it. But
because
yeah,
if you guys are super close, you guys could collab and do stuff in the woods together over there.
100%. Dude, I saw her coolest collab when she did with the Theory Sabers and she did the lightsabers as
Yeah,
layup. Man,
yeah,
sick.
yeah.
Yeah,
So dope. Heck yeah,
sick, man.
man. So that's everything that I have today. What do you have coming up next on your channel that the people could look forward to?
So I've got an episode coming out this Saturday, like usual. I'm going to be doing a breakdown of the latest Lego Star Wars, the Rebuild the
Mm,
Galaxy, which I haven't seen yet. I'm going to do a watch. I'm going to do a watch party with my mates tonight. So
nice.
I'm really keen for that one. So I'm going to break that one down, and then in the future, dude, get ready for some live content. I'm
Nice.
gonna try to do as much as I can, like getting out there, and also I don't know. I'm going to test the waters, see whether or not people like it or not, whether people kind of receive it better. But
Yeah.
I might even scrap the Saturdays and just do more random videos and just heaps of different stuff where I'm constantly talking about different things. Maybe make it a little shorter, like 30 minutes, and just,
Yeah.
and try my own stuff. So get ready for like a couple of changes in the channel to see where that's going to go. But man, I'm here to bloody stay. I can tell you that one. And I've got a bunch of videos coming up, so keep an eye out.
Hell yes. So for you guys watching, go subscribe to this man right now. Link down in the description. Bro, Jeremy, thank you so much for coming back on, man. This was a blast.
Dude, thank you so much, man. Thank you for having me back, dude. That's
Of
so nice.
course, man. Of course. And that'll be it for this episode of Sith Talk, guys. We'll see you guys next week. Bye,
All right.
guys.
Peace.